Did you have fun at that workout this morning?
Bro, I'm smoked.
Dude, Juan is like the best trainer you could possibly
Nah,
like,
he was
ask for.
good, man. I say I haven't done that in years, to be honest. I would say like maybe 22.
Yeah.
COVID time, I was in better shape, but that was a good workout.
Was your Apple Watch tracking how many calories you lost?
I don't know what I got. Let's see.
I would probably estimate you burn 700 calories during that workout.
So when I hit my rings, my watch is confused, bro.
It's like, what the
I
fuck's going on?
busted my move ring. Yeah, it's all kinds of jacked. What does it say? Yeah, 962 I've hit already.
960
Yeah.
calories
Yep.
in like an hour workout?
Yep.
That's insane.
Because I didn't do anything else other than drive here all day.
Look at
So
that,
I'm gonna
look
hit
at that
my
huge
goal.
spike.
I know, dude. I think that was my heart rate too.
Shoot. Yeah, I use this Whoop, and like it's solid, but I've been thinking about getting an Apple Watch.
Yeah, no, I like it. The only thing is sometimes it's a distraction for me. Like I got ADHD, so if people are messaging me and I hook up like Slack and everything to it,
Yeah,
it'll just throw me off.
so I don't think I'd wear it like on a day. I would just wear it to work out.
Yeah. No, I love it for workouts.
and track my sleep.
Yeah.
Because I'm like you, like that. I had like the first generation Apple Watch, and it was so distracting.
Yeah.
You get emails, texts.
No, yeah, absolutely, dude. And like I said, great for workouts. And then I love wearing it when I'm golfing because then I can track my steps and stuff. At least feel like I'm wearing some stuff. So
How's your golf game?
better, not great though. But I don't think anyone's gets great when you start this late. I was one of those dudes that thought golf was like super boring because we just played baseball. We were athletes, right? You're like, nah, that's
Yeah.
dumb. I like want to go slap my young self now because I would be so much better if I just paid attention. But it's so good for my brain, bro.
Yeah,
Like I just love it, yeah. And then now that Dora got into it, like that's our dates. So now we're not really around our phones as much for like 4 hours. But I think golf for me has just been like calming my brain with all the craziness going on.
dude, I like that you're active. Like I feel like at our age, we need to stay active.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
there's no excuse.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you don't stay active, like it just clouds your brain. And then you kind of
Yeah.
forget who you are too, right? Like it doesn't have to be crazy. Like those workouts this morning was great,
Yeah,
but it took, activity for the last year and a half, like off and on for me to be like, hey, let's go get it. But when I'm not, I'm not as creative. And then when you're having a crappy day, the one thing you can say, like General McCraven used to say, just always make your bed. If you knocked out a workout, some type of activity, at least one good thing happened, right?
yeah.
And that's why I always try to stay active. Golf has helped me out though, because as your body breaks down, you can just go out there, chill. It's activity, man.
Man, I still love golf. I just haven't had the time to go play. Like it's 4 or 5 hours to carve out in one day. I just don't have that luxury
Yeah.
anymore.
No, I think you got to get creative.
Yeah.
Like for me, I made it like my persona probably from like December on. I made the time. What it did is it forced me to get a little bit more efficient with the rest of my time because I got so hooked.
Yeah.
So some days I'll go out for 4 hours. Other days, like I got a club by the house. So I'll go knock out a quick 30-minute workout, hit the range just to get some swings in. Right?
Have you like set a target? Like I want to break 100. I want to break 90.
Yeah. So I broke 100 quick. Most people are like, what the hell?
Well, you're a former baseball player.
Yeah.
you
So like
know.
once I started getting it down, I would stay
Yeah.
around like the high 90s. There's been some instances where I'll break 80. But
break 80 or break 90?
80.
So score in the 70s.
Yeah. Like literally, I think my best score was like a 78. But it's
Hey,
not.
bro, this is not a bullshit
Shit, I know,
podcast.
right?
Okay, we're telling the truth
No,
here.
like, so I
We're
did it
trying to-
once.
People will be listening to this.
So I did it. I told people, I'm like, hell yeah, I've never been able to replicate that day.
Yeah.
But like, it was like that zone, like almost like a combat or just a business zone.
Was this in El Paso or where were you?
Yeah, El Paso. And what was weird though, bro, is like well, it's even going to sound funnier when you said there's no bullshit. Like I'm by myself, but I
Yeah.
didn't have my phone with me for some odd
everybody,
reason.
oh, no phone, no video evidence.
But what I loved about it is I had never, like score aside,
Yeah.
I hadn't felt like that in years. Like where you just feel like you're in a zone. And people are like, no, you're always on the zone. You got 6 kids, you got all this stuff. No,
Yeah.
that day, like I almost had tears and it had nothing to do with the score. Like when I got done, I'm like, oh shit, did I just play golf? Like it was dope, bro. Like I cannot,
Really?
yeah, like prayer or something. And like I said, maybe it was the Holy Spirit guiding my game that day. He's like, oh, no one's watching, we're good. But dude, it was just, and since then I was like, I just want to keep getting better at it because it's so hard. Like one day you can be good,
Yeah.
I'll break 100. Another day it's like, how the hell did I,
That's why I love golf so much, because it doesn't matter how long you've been playing, you could always get better.
yeah.
Even these pros, Like,
Oh, absolutely.
like, it's not, Tiger Woods doesn't win every tournament. There's bad days, there's good days. You have to rebound from hitting all-time lows. Like, so
It's
many life lessons from playing the game of golf.
and it's so humbling because the second you get angry, like it's over,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's like life's lesson in general. Like once you start acting out of emotions, like you're going to screw up your business, you're going to screw up your marriage, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
You have to sit back and just take it for what it is and then assess where you need to go. And then you're like, okay, dope. I'm not going to use my driver. I'm going to play it safe because I need to get to the green.
I feel like every time I try to play it safe, I get screwed.
That's
like,
true too. Yeah.
That's when I'll hit it in the water. That's when I'll hit it like shank it, all that.
But I mean, that's why you get better. But no, it requires, if you're not swinging every day, like there's not much improvement happening outside.
Yeah. Well, you held your own this morning in that workout. I was kind of worried that maybe it was going to get too intense for you and you were going to bow out, but like you held up with everybody else.
Yeah, I think, and that's why I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Because as you get older, you realize, like we're joking about my golf game.
Yeah.
I could care less if people say I'm full of shit. Like,
Right.
you know what you can do, right? And when I was like, bro, like when they said 15 calories on the skier that I've never done in my life and everyone's going through, like you feel it and you're like, this is bullshit. I haven't done this in years, right?
Right. Yeah.
But then when you finish it, like it was dope. And it was even to the point where like your boys to the left and right, I didn't know what we're supposed to go down from 15 to 12 calories,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So when I I saw him stop at 13. I was like, fuck yeah, I just beat him. Like that's the way my head works, right? But that's the only thing that goes. But when I was done, dude, I was just like, I was seeing Jesus halfway through. Like it was, but I just, I drove 2 hours to come work out with you, right? So it's like, why am I going to cheat myself?
That. That was all, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you showed up. That's what I like about you so much. Like, you're not gonna bullshit this, right? You take your life serious. You're starting to take your health serious. You're taking the game of golf serious. Like, I love that. You didn't come on like, hey guys, I can't do this today, or my back hurts. You did every exercise at the same weight. Those other two guys, they've been training with me a whole year.
Oh yeah.
And you kept up with them.
And it's like, bro, when I started watching things like the Mamba mentality, when I was at my lowest, right?
Yeah.
I would watch the way high performers work. You brainwash yourself, right?
Yeah.
And when I saw the weight, like on the bench, bro, I ain't done 55 pounds per dumbbell and I don't know how long.
Yeah.
But my mind just got into it as like, if I don't do it outside of getting hurt, like I'm not an idiot either. Like I'm not going to hurt myself. But I've realized in my life, like where you say like, you just show up, you're no bullshit.
Yeah.
Bro, I would say half my life was full of shit though. Because I always wanted to be somebody else, right?
Ooh, man, I want to talk about that. Let's pin that comment because I want to talk about that. And I think it's a good segue into like what I want, like why I'm working out so hard. I have a confession to make. Our 20-year reunion at West Point's coming up next year, and I'll be damned if I look gumpy in those pictures. Like, I have a whole goal, dude. I'm gonna like be super freaking shredded when I show up. I need to be at least top 5 most fit guys there at the reunion. If I'm not one of those top 5 fit guys, I've failed. Yeah. So I think the Grievous brothers are going to be shredded. They're natural, naturally. But outside of those two guys, I think I can get up there.
I think so, but it's going to be like, and that's what you always shoot for. Because then I think of dudes like Nick Salinas or like Shane, those dudes were always shredded, right? Like, I'm like,
it's been a while since I saw Nick. Is he still shredded?
He's got to be, bro. He's an SF dude. Those dudes don't lose it.
Oh, that's right. No, we got some killers. We got some killers in our class.
Yeah, no, like that's what I mean. Like, hit that goal. Like, I'm not negating it. But like I said, like that's why we're so good, bro. Like, the guys we're talking about literally live it and breathe it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that they don't have like what we've gone through on the back end where it's tough or male depression, whatever you want to call it, right? PTSD. Sure. But I watched like Sean Grievous's kid, and that dude's a track star.
Dude, he's going to Rutgers, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And like I hit him up and he might be coming to Texas. I told him, hey, Sean, we got to catch up.
Is he still in the military?
I think so. He said that he was going to retire out. We probably got to ask him.
Golly, man.
But at the end of the day, like those are the dudes that keep me running too, because we don't know what's happening in the background. Like that's what we talk about a lot. All our boys and gals are going through it.
Yeah.
But when you see them kept pushing it, like we motivate each other through social media without, not the normal way, right? Like as West Pointers, it's different. because we're all hitting some dark times. It's weird to transition out, families, divorces, whatever. But when you see them pushing it, you're like, hell yeah, I want to be shredded to keep up with them. We're our own competition, but it's not like we're hating. It's just like, nah, I want to show up. What's up, motherfucker? Right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, I feel you.
No, I want to motivate everybody.
Yeah.
Like the class of '06 is about to have their reunion. We'll see how those pictures look because, West Point will post them all up. Dude, I can't wait to call these motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that are class of '06.
Oh, yeah. And
it's going to be great.
It's funny is people that don't know don't realize that that's what keeps us going, right? Like today, well, I mean, you told me about this a couple of days ago, right?
Yeah.
I was out of town. And it still goes through my head where I'm like, fuck, it's a 2-hour drive. I got to leave my house at 4:30 to try to make it through the traffic. And then you just get that, like, that's what makes us different, right? Like any time in my life that I felt like I didn't want to do something.
Yeah.
The second I did it, it was like the devil was trying to stop it, bro. Like mentally, right?
Right.
And I think that's what's cool about all of us. Bro. Anyone we try to catch up with, it's the same thing. It's like, if I call up CJ to go golf, Carlton Jones, or like Ray Stith, and them, hey, like Ray Stith, bro, like I was doing a speech last August. I hit him up. I was like, hey, man, do it. He signed up, and we did it together out there, right?
Oh, that's great. I like watching Ray's Monday motivation videos.
Oh, yeah. No, he's good, man. He's got a lot. And what's dope about him is he's just as real, right? Like he's gone through some stuff.
Yep.
But he's a great dad, which is what I think strives us to be good leaders in everything else we do.
Yeah.
And those are the guys that we always got to keep up with because when I'm fucking down in the dumps, I just got to see what y'all are doing. And I'm like, oh shit, I better pick it up.
Yeah. We can actually draw from our classmates for motivation. Like if we're down and out, we're struggling with something, odds are one of our classmates has already dealt with that. Yeah. And then we can see how they rebounded. And I don't keep in touch with as many classmates as I would love to, right? But the ones that I do, call them up and explain a problem or some situation that we're in, 9 times out of 10, they'll have a solution.
Absolutely, bro. And you know what though? Like I had to get out of the frame of mind is our friends that we developed through that. I could have not talked to you for the last 19 years.
Right.
The second you need something, like I'm in, right?
Oh, 100%.
And that's what I think is different about it. And I run into a lot of old grads at my conferences and stuff. Like I run into an 88 guy. Never met him. Like we're way different. And he's telling me the story about how the 88 guys have the most generals, but they were the class that got in trouble the most, right? And he's sending me pictures of current generals, and I thought it was funny. And then I was telling him what I do because I confuse people, man. I change careers like a chameleon all the time, right? And he's like, oh, and he's sending over like senior directors of every department just to BS with us. Maybe it leads to business, maybe it doesn't, but I got some good AI tips from one dude. Another guy's like, hey, why aren't you talking to these dudes? Like that network that I didn't really pay attention to while we were going through, like I was just nugging it out. I majored in Spanish, bro. Like I wasn't shooting for the stars, right? But the way we can build off each other, like that's unstoppable, bro. Like
no, it really is.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be that 4.0 West Point grad. Like even, I mean, I was a C student. I mean, I'm sure you were a little better than I was.
Ish. Yeah.
I graduated with a 2.3.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I got like 3.1 or something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, you're a nerd. Hey, so you're one of the Hayden boys.
Yeah.
Just the way I am. And going back to like the GPA stuff, I remember one time Colonel Hayden came up to to West Point. You know, he would do the visits like yearly. Yeah. And he was meeting with me and Gus, right? And he asked Gus, hey, Gus, what's your GPA? And Gus was like, it's a 3.5, sir. and he goes, Rudy, what's yours? I was like, it's a 2.1 right now, sir, but I'm working on it. And he's like, he looks at me and he goes, looks at Gus. He's like, Gus, you need to be more like Rudy. You'd have a little bit of fun while you're here.
Man, I owe that dude everything, though. Colonel Hayden?
Yeah.
Because when I was going through my hernia and everything else, he was the one talking to my mom.
He wasn't? Or he was?
He was, yeah.
Oh, he was telling her?
Like, he made sure to let her know that I'm good, but don't call me. Like,
yeah.
Because I would have quit, probably.
Dude, I want to talk about that story. Can you like, in like 30, 45 seconds, just explain that? Because I think that defined who you are and has helped you, I think, in your career, in life, talk about that hernia you had during freaking basic training.
Yeah. So prep school, we finish up. You guys teach me how to run faster. Like I was not ready, bro. Like I was a quick thing, but I got a hernia towards the tail end of prep school. And I got checked out by my doctor in El Paso, and there's a transition period before we go to cadet basic training at West Point. He's like, cool. He knew better. He's like, you have a hernia, you need surgery, but you can't say anything until after you finish A-Day. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was still hyped up, right? We're fully cocked, like, oh yeah, going into West Point. He just taught me how to push it in and then wear compression shorts.
So wait, the hernia happened before you even reported?
Before I reported.
Oh, I thought it happened like midway through.
So in El Paso, he confirmed it. And then I was like, I'm leaving for West Point in like 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, he's like, you can deal with it.
Yeah, you sucked that up.
My mom was like, no way, right? Like, it sounds like hernia's big. And we're kind of wieners at the time, bro, you know?
Yeah.
So I show up to West Point. They ask us, I guess technically a lie now, but it doesn't matter. Hey, do you have any medical issues, blah, 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 you want to report? In my head, I'm like, I've got a hernia. Like, I wanted to feel sorry
want to report this.
But no, I said, no, we're good, right? And then we're going through the first 2 weeks, but it was bothering me. You guys could see me all the time. But to be honest, it was bothering me because West Point cadet basic training was hard because it was different for me. And I remember doing drill and it was kind of hurting, but it was suck up hurting. I was like, nah, F it. And this is where I found out I was kind of full of shit a little bit in my head. I collapsed a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as what it probably was. And then I was like, hey, I have a hernia. But then the squad leader's like, no, you got to suck it up. Like literally. So I'm going through this. But at the end of the day, like I wanted to quit on a couple of times going through and I just kept pushing it in, bro. Our 2 mile run, like I could remember, like I could feel it. It would be sharp pains, but if you push it in, you're good. Sometimes I'm doing stuff. So at the end of the day, I finished up cadet basic training. We finish A-Day. We do that 15-mile ruck march. I went straight. God. So during basic training, the doctor knew I had it too. And he's like a dude with a dip in his mouth, like old school. Yeah. And he's like, oh, you're good. Dang. And he's like, after A-Day.
I forgot about that guy.
And I told him, and I was like, hey, I'm going to quit. And he's like, oh, okay. No, I didn't quit, bro. I just kept saying it, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I finished up the 15-mile. Literally, we go into getting hazed a little bit, and then I got surgery. And then when I finished surgery, they dropped me off at the freaking like turnaround point. And I had to go walk.
Were we at West Point when you got this? Or
I got the surgery at West Point.
They took you up to West
Point. I
know
getting finished the 15-mile ruck march.
Yeah.
And within that first week before school started, I got the surgery. And then I thought like I was going to get all this treatment. Like, oh yeah, go. Nah, bro. Like the bus dropped me off because some cadets pick us up when they're running the duty.
Yeah.
And I had to walk to my room and I was like boo-boo faced. I was like, is anyone going to feel sorry for me? Nah. But I mean, they were cool with me. They knew I had a hernia, but I was still getting hazed with the rest of them. Like, they're like, Ray, you can't get. There was a couple of upperclassmen that would be like, hey, come in. But they weren't being nice. I mean, they were, but they were trying to play the role, right? Which is important for us. The whole time, like everyone thinks it's a badass story, bro. I was feeling sorry for myself mentally all day long, right? Like,
yeah, but I think like going back to we were pretending to be someone we weren't, or like we were kind of like artificially trying to be tough, and I actually had this like little imposter syndrome, and you probably did too. Like, man, I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when you told me you had that hernia, I was like, bro. You got to like push it in and suck it up. Like we're almost done through basic training. Just push it in.
Yeah, like everyone kept saying that.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy about it, but it was part of that transformation, right? Like we go through and everything is like, things fucking suck.
Yeah.
But everyone else is telling the doctor they got a hernia so they don't have to finish. And then you have a story, right? Like, oh yeah, I didn't finish West Point because I had a hernia. And then normal people are
Can you imagine if you had listened to someone saying, dude, you got to quit?
Yeah. But that's why I love Colonel Hayden, bro. He knew I couldn't talk to my mom. If I talked to my mom, she'd feel sorry for me. She's a badass. I love her.
Your mom is a badass.
Right? But she's like, oh, Milo, she's badass.
Is she moving to Bernie with you guys?
She will soon. We're going to sell her house in El Paso since we just got there, 4 weeks ago?
Okay.
And then we're already planning it. So we're trying to look for some apartments so that she can be close.
No, your mom's a sweetheart, dude. If you would have called her because you would have broke down crying like a
hell
little bitch.
Yeah, I would have cried. And that's the thing. And I would have quit. And then she would have been like, don't worry, go to UTEP. No offense to UTEP. I got my MBA there.
Oh, yeah.
But, bro, like,
UTEP's great.
By sucking it up and doing that, like, look at what I'm doing now, right? Like, that is the moment. And when you ask, like, hey, you held your own, like, it's pretty dope because I can think, like, in the workout, I'm like, well, it's not a hernia. It's not my first deployment when I was sucking in 135-degree heat. So, like, I am actually always trying to remember who the hell I am, right? That was real Ray, even though I was, like, weak in the head. So when I'm doing these workouts, it's probably not the smartest thing. I'm going to be sore as hell for 3 days. But how do you not fucking finish an hour and a half workout, you know?
Dude, that's why, like, I tell these guys all the time, embrace the suck.
Yeah.
They love it. They're like, what do you mean embrace the suck? Like, you have to love how shitty the situation is. Because once you go through it and you pass that stage or pass through that level, man, you're going to feel so good about yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, you have to build mental strength to overcome difficult situations. And that was an early test for you. And it's now a lesson that you have through life. Like, you learn so much from embracing that suck. And when you look back at basic training, it was a breeze.
Yeah.
You look back at the 4 years of West Point, that was an absolute breeze. Like, through life, you're going to have more difficult situations over and over and over again. And it kind of just progresses as you get older.
You know, but that's like with what I do now and like what I talk about, it's you being a leader that understands that.
Yeah.
It was easy to think of now, but during the time relative to what we're going through, that was the hardest thing we ever went through in our life. So to your point on embracing the suck, that's a dope ass saying to always make sure everyone understands. But we also got to be realistic in understanding that your young bucks suck at age 22 is completely different than what you're going through. And that's why I love talking to people about this openly, because your mission and vision of what your company does,
Right.
They don't know what it took for you. The blood, sweat, and tears, the damn near bankruptcies, like everything we've all been through, right? That's life. So then when we think they automatically assume that when they walk through the door, that's where it's cool when you build a culture where you're helping them understand what the suck is. For today, it's that kid that was trying to get here on time, whose tire blew out, girlfriend just left him, just like the deployments.
Oh, yeah.
But he still has to freaking complete the mission today, or else y'all don't make money. You can't pay payroll, right? So it's like those guiding moments that we took for granted because we didn't have a choice, bro. Like, we picked the military lifestyle. West Point was easy back then, but if you would have asked me at year 5, like right when we got out, I was like, I'll never do that again. Now I'm like, thank God I did it, right?
Life changing.
And I want my kids to freaking do it.
Yeah, yeah. I get asked this all the time, like, how was West Point? Tell me about it. I speak glowingly about my time there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I had rough days. I'm sure I had imposter syndrome where I thought I didn't belong. I'm sure I was, worried I wasn't performing at the level that I think a West Point cadet should perform. Yeah. I mean, there were so many doubts that I know I had in my head. I look back now at all of that experience and just romanticize
absolutely
my time there. Like, I miss it, and I would do it right now at 42 years old, dude. I would go back and do basic training again, and I loved it.
It was just the lifestyle, bro. Like, we were constantly challenged.
Yeah.
We only had each other, right? And it was about working out. It was about trying to get by on grades, trying to figure out PT tests, indoor obstacle courses. For some of them, it was easy. For me, I could barely get up that damn shelf. Like, I was not a gymnast, right? It was going through boxing. Yeah, I hated swimming, and they're drowning us. Like, those are the things I remember, but I would gladly do again because, to your point about this morning, is that's what built me so that when I show up to the gym randomly after a couple of years, because my boy said, come out, I'm going to get through it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to cheat myself, because the one thing that we do a lot as humans, because we all jack up, is we say we completed something to standard and we didn't. Like, maybe what if it was 15 calories and that dude finished at 13? When he's done and we're all clapping hands, psychologically, does he know that he completed it? Or does he know he fucking shammed for 2 calories?
Right.
And 2 calories make a huge difference, because if you're going to crack knuckles with me and say we knocked it out together, you better have stuck to what the standard was. Because if not, I'm going to talk trash.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to negate you in business, because if you take a shortcut, bro, how many times have we been around people that take shortcuts and they lie to our face? Like,
okay, let's talk about that, and then I want to talk about the biggest lesson we learned at West Point. Now I'm gonna tell you what I think, because I think it applies to you too. Go back to golf real quick. The reason why I love golf so much, even though I'm a horrible player, you learn so much about life, and you can learn so much about people through the game of golf. And I'm going to give you an example, and I won't mention names, but I was at a golf outing with 2 other guys, and one of the guys was trying to earn business from the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, This other guy said he shot par when he hit it OB. And, maybe there was a little bit of foot wedge in there, or maybe he two-putted. I don't remember the situation. But I got into the cart with the other guy, and he's like, hey, did so-and-so actually shoot a 4? And I was like, I don't know, man. We'll just put him down as a 4. He's like, I don't know if I can do business with people like that. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, this guy just lost a deal because he foot wedged out of the situation. And literally, he did not get hired on that deal or that business plan. So, like, having the integrity to say you hit it OB, right? Or have the integrity to say you didn't complete the 15 calories, you only did 13 calories. That represents how you're going to perform in the business world and how people perceive you as a potential business partner or someone that they want to hire to do the work.
Well, I mean, to be successful, bro, you got to be doing everything that's right when no one's watching, right? So that guy that didn't hire somebody because of that, I would trust him in business all day long. You know why? Because I know when I've sacrificed my integrity, I'm not perfect.
Sure.
But the thing that's different is it'll eat me up at nights. And the answer is why. Like, whoever, kicked the ball over, said they didn't go out of bounds, what's it worth? We ain't going on the PGA Tour.
Right.
And even if you won that award, you got an asterisk on it, right? But if you would have just said, I fucking suck today, right? I can go from, like I said, 178, we're going to talk shit about, to a 110. I was pumped last Friday, but I watch a lot of people I'm trying to do business with look at me and be like, Ray's slicing like a mofo. I was like, today sucks. Like, that's just life though, right? But you know what I didn't lose? My integrity for a golf game, bro. And that's why, to your point, it's about you when you're golfing. Because if you care about what other people think about your score, you're not trying to get better,
Right. And you're lying to yourself.
That is the worst, bro. And
look, I lie to myself all the time, but it's in a manner of like trying to motivate me.
Yeah.
Right? Like I lie to myself.
But see, that's not a lie, bro. Like,
I know it's not. Yeah. Well, sometimes, actually, I have this whole thing about lie, cheating, and stealing. I won't get into it this time. I want to save it.
Yeah.
Because I want to write a book about this. Yeah. But let's go back to the academy real quick and talk about my biggest lessons learned from there. And I think this applies to you too, which is why I'm bringing it up, because I think you're the master problem solver that I know. Like, I wouldn't say you're not a computer scientist. You're not a finance guy. I don't know if you could build anything, or maybe you're construction with your hands.
Worst with my hands.
But I know that if there is a problem that needs to be solved, you can solve it. You can figure out how to solve things. And so the biggest lesson I took away from my entire time at the academy was problem-solving skills, critical thinking. Like I said, I had a 2.3 GPA coming out. I didn't learn anything about discrete dynamical systems, which is like math 101. Then I had a econ major and a mechanical engineering minor. I couldn't tell you the first thing or anything about mechanical engineering. But what those classes taught me, and what our training in the summers and all the military leadership training that they did, it taught me how to critically think, identify the problem, brainstorm solutions, implement those solutions, and bam. Yeah. In a matter of it's like rapid decision making, right? That's the biggest lesson. And you, of all people, have mastered that problem solving lesson more than anybody. Would you? I mean, we went through the same program, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, would you agree?
No, I think it's definitely the base of everything that we do. I think you can even take it back a little bit more to what Colonel Hayden and the rest of them doing, because of understanding the system, the discipline, and standards. You said you're going to write a book on lying, cheating, and stealing.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people understand why you can't do it. And the reason why we avoided it, I'm not saying none of us didn't do it, is because we knew the ramifications of getting kicked out. Some of our boys got kicked out, had to pay back, had to go into the Army.
Right.
They're doing great, right? But they learned a lesson, maybe came back, whatever. So the quality of people they had to pick is, are they going to make it through? West Point was a great base for enforcing because I would say the imposter syndrome so high is because at our high schools, we were top notch, top GPAs, top athletes,
Yes.
all that crap. The second you throw us all together from across the country or the world, because we had Egypt, we had all kinds of dudes there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel like a nobody. And then you realize, damn, I was shamming before. Like I had a God-given talent at certain things, whatever it is, right?
Right.
When you get in front of other high performers, like you feel like a nobody, right?
Yeah.
But what it did was it kind of really helped us all self-evaluate. What are we really good at? Me, it was problem solving and team building. I would say that's the other thing because being a weak runner at West Point, I didn't know this was a thing, but I also knew that you were a good runner. So I'm going to hang out with you.
Yeah.
And I know who was good at math. I was like, bro, I'm going to buy the pizza. I'm going to get the dong fong at the corner, right? I'm going to go
Dude,
pick it up.
I think they shut down Dong Fong. Oh, no. Or no. Shades Pizza is no longer there.
Okay. I can handle that. It's because I always tell my wife about dong fong and the kids because they love Chinese, so they need to try it.
Haven't
And
thought
I know
about
they're
that in a long time, man. Yes, they had
they're going
great
to be
Chinese food.
disappointed, bro, because I'm sure we just
Yes.
think of it so highly and it's probably not. Yeah.
The Crispitos
Oh, yeah.
in the mess hall.
I just want corn chowder.
Breakfast on a stick. Remember breakfast on a stick?
I like the breakfast pizza too.
The breakfast pizza was solid. The Congo bar.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I mean,
I hope it still exists. I should probably ask some of the guys that are still there.
I don't think that it exists. Anyways, sorry to
Find out
digress.
this,
Let's go
yeah.
back to what we're talking about.
No, you're right, bro. That's where I learned to be a problem solver because I think it was, well, for me, I guess initially it was survival. And then
Yeah.
it was realizing I did bring something to the table because I would be around so many smart, athletic, whatever people, but they weren't seeing the big picture. And for me, we come from El Paso, bro. I barely got into West Point. You know, like Colonel Hayden worked his magic
He did.
because I applied as a senior. Like, how is
Yeah.
that possible, right? But he saw something in me because when I was talking to him, I was like, I don't even know what West Point was. I was looking at Air Force Academy, enlisting or fire department like my pops.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But then when you get through it and you graduate, you're like, how did I do that? Like it
Yeah.
wasn't extremely
Yes.
hard, but to your point, we were great problem solvers. We could read a little bit, but we understood the big picture. And I got smarter and more efficient too. Like I know I didn't have to read the whole damn book. I would try to figure out what are they trying to get to?
Yes.
Oh, this is what's going to be on the test, whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, great. So I'm going to skim through this shit. I'm going to really focus on this. And then I learned how to really be likable. My old battalion or brigade commander told me like a key thing is likability should be on an evaluation because you don't always just show up. People that are very data oriented, they show up to tutorings and stuff because they think they're going to get the right answers. I showed up to tutorings or like remedial swimming and the rest of it because I needed them to know that I'm willing to put in the work. Meet me halfway because I have no clue how to think like you.
Yeah.
But that's all problem solving, I guess, right?
It is problem solving. It is problem solving. You just jogged one of my memories from swim. Dude, do you ever hear this story about me being in advanced swimming?
You were in advance, bro?
Yeah,
I was
so
remedial.
I was worried probably my entire first year there that somebody was going to kick me out.
Yeah.
Or like someone was going to tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, you're not supposed to be here. And I was so scared. So during West Point basic training, we did a swim test.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good at swimming one stroke for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? And so we were doing the freestyle stroke down and back as fast as you possibly could. I freaking hauled ass and whooped everybody on that. Right? Like I was not going to lose because nobody was going to say, hey, you failed swimming, so you failed this swim test, we're going to have to kick you out.
Yeah.
Like I was not going to lose anything athletically at the academy. I did so damn well on that fucking swim test. They put me in the advanced swimming where they weren't teaching you how to do the breaststroke, the backstroke. You were doing survival training with your rifle, full uniform, boots, everything. Like they taught us how to take, like if you're drowning in the ocean or whatever, take off your BDU top, tie it up, blow air into it, and create a flotation device so you can. Dude, like you ever seen somebody like drown?
Oh, yeah, get hooked? You got hooked?
Yeah. Every day I would get hooked. And at the time, Gus and I were roommates. And like I would like tear up before going to swim class. And I remember telling Gus, like, bro, if like, I need you to watch me. Like, if I sink to the bottom, please. Like, and this is a little Puerto Rican kid. Like, he's like, what, 5 foot tall? Could swim like a fucking fish. Yeah. Did like, he jumped off the 30-foot jump, nothing. full gear, swam from one end of the pool, all underwater, swam from one end all the way underwater to the other end. I think it's like 50 meters, right? Like a normal Olympic pool, whatever. Dude, I jumped off that fucking thing, went straight down, touched the floor, was like paddling my way up to the top. Like, swim class for me was the absolute. That was my first C-.
Dude, so what's funny is I was the same way, but I was remedial swimming.
Oh,
so I drowned once and got hooked. And I remember when I got out, like, I went to go pretend. I was like, hey, I got to get water. I was gonna dime out. My instructor's like, you just took a lot of water in, pushes me in. Because you know how we had like a lot of those SF dudes, like, presidents.
Yeah,
like,
dude, yeah.
I always remember that, but like, I would smell chlorine and get PTSD. Like, worse than Iraq, bro. Like, I hated it. But yeah, I was not in advanced. They tried to teach us that, like, one of the classes, bro. I couldn't even get my top off. I was like, I'm just gonna drown. That's why I didn't go to Navy. Like, screw that.
That last test, I think I got, like, we have to jump off the 30-foot cliff. I think I got a D on that one. Because as long as you jump in, they're going to give you a D. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I can survive a D. I still have 3.5 more semesters to make up for this. Thank God we made it out of that.
Yeah. But again, that's what made us who we are, right? Like,
yeah.
Because it wasn't the end of the world when you're doing it, but it just helped you build through problem solving and just sucking it up. Like, all of that, bro.
No, I love it. So let's talk about a little bit about what you're doing now.
Yeah.
And the reason why you're here is to help me solve a problem.
At the end of the day, I wear 2 hats. I've always been a dude. When I left the Army, I started a food truck business, still do that, like, whatever, crazy stories we'll talk about later. And then I started getting into management consulting, which I can't use that word in the federal because of everything that's going on. But I just liked problem solving. Like, there was no rhyme or reason. Yeah. I got really good at federal contracting. And people, hitch me for that. But at the end of the day, I just love solving people problems. You could be a federal company. You could be a real estate company, which you guys do at Nickel Hayden. And then, so that was that. And then I actually picked up a gig where I'm SVP at ELB Learning, where we do training, AI initiatives, all that other piece. But I get to work across the country with all federal clients, soon to be NATO. And at the end of the day is we solve problems. And it's a key focus in training, right? There's AI transformation. There's leadership transformation. So in doing that, I just picked it up where I got really good at it for myself with AI, right? So I would say that is a vertical that I focus on right now, but it's unique because, back like when the internet started, like, that was the thing, and then people started becoming millionaires, right? And then AI, people didn't buy into it right off the bat. They're scared of the security. What I started finding is a lot of organizations in the federal government, all across the board, bought in. We started eliminating employees. And now we got a huge problem because people don't understand how to utilize it properly. Security is a big issue. Yeah. So then I really had to take a step back, and I was like, that's cool. We're pitching a lot of stuff at ELB. It's an amazing company that I'm supporting right now and blessed to be a part of. But I was like, I'm really horrible at it, though. Like, how am I selling something that I haven't done something? It's like that analogy I was telling you earlier. Put your mask on first in the plane so that you can help other people, right?
Right, yeah.
And then I took a step back, and I'm like, I'm all over the place. I got ADHD. I got 6 kids. I got my wife who's hustling with me, and I'm dropping a lot of balls.
6 kids is the Brady Bunch, right? I mean, they had 6 kids. Yeah. That's insane.
So I started just.
Well, I'm sure you're very loved.
I was like, we didn't have a TV, or I'm just sexy as all fuck. You can ask Dora.
You can't keep your hands off you.
So then I was like, well, how's AI going to maximize me? I got annoyed with it initially because it's not accurate. But then I had to do some more research, and I realized, it's like training or developing your kids. Start basic. People started ChatGPTs. They talk about prompting, all this sexy stuff people want to sell you. And I was like, well, what is my vision and my mission, right? Like the way the Army taught us. And it's like, I don't want to drop the ball on calendar events. I don't want to drop the ball on how I'm imagining my pipeline at ELB, the rest of it, or just for my side gigs, bro. Like, I'll pick up a speech on the weekend. I have a nonprofit. I'm working with the kids. There's a lot going on, like you. So I took a step back, and I just started training myself on that. Today, I'm going to see how I can maximize my time using prompting on my calendars. How does Claude hook up on my calendar? to the point where like I just got super obsessed with it in a good way, to where I was like, I want to be like Iron Man, where he's talking to Jarvis, right? So I got deep into it, and when I help other people out with it, it's just being real. Like, what are you scared of? What do you need? Like when I talk to you, and you're like, man, it's the same thing. Like there's some tasks that AI or functions, I should say, will help you, so you don't have to put everything on a person. But as you're developing what you need to still be a subject matter expert in what you do, so you can verify content. Because my biggest pet peeve is I'll get emails and I know when it's AI. You ask me how. It's like, oh, they're using M dashes. Listen to me. I say bro every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
If my email says kind day to you, sir, and good morning, you know I didn't write that, right? Most importantly, as I use that for proposals, I use it for capture. I use it to search the internet, because now you got Notebook LM, which literally you can start putting articles of what's going on. You can make an AI podcast to brief you up. So if you're like, hey, I wish I could keep up with current events, you can build something so that when you wake up in the morning, it's going to tell you the top 3 things, like when we had to memorize stuff at West Point off the newspaper and stuff, right?
The knowledge book,
So it's all about identify what your gap is, figure out how it can multiply you, but then just like being a good leader is, how do you verify that it's accurate before you use it to support customers? And I think that's a big thing that we're missing is we think it's a quick buck and it's a shiny item. It is very, very beneficial. But like when I talk to you and your organization about it, 1, how do we train to use it effectively at a base level? Then 2, how do you measure that, right?
Right.
Like, what are you saying success is, Rudy? Like, have we driven revenue? Have we increased the bottom line? And if you don't put those metrics in place, like it's just a waste.
Yeah.
You know? So I do, like I said, it's problem solving though. I can't say it's one day is the same as the other.
Yeah.
I can help a real estate company and I can help with ELB learning. It's dope because everyone's got so many problems out there, but then I have to get creative, because if they can't use certain things, they can't use our products because of security, how can I still get to the answer? And it's custom services, it's Ray talking, it's in-person stuff, right? So it's all of that.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to lift up the hood of the car, right? Like, and show me where AI can be implemented internally at the firm. How do we maximize the capabilities that are currently out there, and then also get ready for what's to come? Because we're still at the infancy stage, I think, of AI.
Yeah.
Right. And I want Nickel Hayden to be an early adopter to these tools. And I think if we are, because our industry it's archaic.
Yeah.
Right. I tell some of these clients all the time, I'm like, your previous FA was using 1996 solutions for 2026 problems.
Yeah.
That's what Nickel Hayden is not. We are implementing innovative strategies. We're problem solving like no one else has ever problem solved before. And we have used AI as a tool, but I know we are not maximizing it at the moment.
Yeah.
And if I can maximize it, I'm giving tea over here to my competitors who are watching this, but I am going to crush them.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Mamba mentality is not, oh, let me just get through this and, let me use ChatGPT to answer this RFQ question. No, dude. I am trying to dominate, and Nickel Hayden will dominate, and AI is going to be a tool on how we get there.
Yeah. No, you're spot on, right? And what I recommend for anyone, and this is just Ray talking, it's not science, right? Problem solving is you need to get good at it first. Right. So as we lift the hood, that's why we're boys. Just like you take me to the gym, like, bro, you're fine tuning it, right? But the reason why is like, just like MBA students learn, it's not about understanding everything on that balance sheet, the P&Ls, and it's learning how to manage your people effectively through your skills as a whole, right?
Yeah.
So you as a person, when you understand when AI is being used against you, your competitors, I hope they hear it. Your job is to think 3 quarters ahead on how you're using it. So, because they're going to bite you, they're going to steal your ideas.
You think so much like me.
Yeah,
like I don't mind giving out this. I just released a whole series on school finance.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh, Rudy's giving the answers for free. Well, fuck it.
Nah, bro.
Let them have the answers for free. Why not? It's the implementation of the answers that sets us apart.
And the execution. Who's going to outwork you, right? Like,
yeah. Not gonna happen.
I don't know shit about what you do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But I do know no one's gonna outwork you. The same thing is like, that's my audition in the gym, bro. when I show up to work out with you, did Ray do 15 calories or not? Right? Like,
he did.
I know we validated through all our years, but you still got to check on it, bro, because we change every day.
No,
so
you're right.
when you're like, how do we do it, bro? I ain't fucking dropping under 55 pounds on that bench, but then I'm going to get there, right? Like,
Dude, I saw you lift the 75s.
Yeah, I did. I did one set on the 70.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn, Ray.
Nah, bro, that was straight up. I'm like, I'm auditioning right
now. You still got that old man strength.
I do, bro. It's all the damn kids I got to lift all the time, too.
Yeah.
Or the process of making said kids. But, yeah, it's just.
Poor Dora, man.
Bro. So when she meets new people, and
I should say she's so lucky.
She is super lucky. But the ongoing joke is when she meets people that I've introduced her to, like Abigail and the rest of them, they're like, Ray, I already told you our whole life story, right? And they're like, yeah, of course. But the reason I do that is all of our failures go to waste, all our lessons learned, if you're not openly telling people the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell your competitors all day long what you did within reason of NDAs and the rest of it. But that's why I loved barbecue so much. When I did it willy-nilly, I learned something cool from a dude like I idolized, Johnny Trigg. He taught me how to do chicken. And I was at a competition with him, right? At that competition, I actually beat him in chicken, and he literally gave me the ingredients. And I felt kind of like, oh, shit, right?
Yeah.
That was my first win. The first time I won money on a competition with my boy Moose, my old senior scout. And then he's like, it's any given Sunday, my son. And I was like, oh, shit, you're right. You know, that dude's already pushing 80 at the time, whatever it was, and he's been around the world and over, killing it, being on shows. But he didn't care because I might have beat him in chicken. I got 8th place, right? That Sunday. But then the next day, it's based off, what can't you predict? People and the weather. Who's my judges? People. If the weather affected his pit, bro, but I outworked him at that moment, and I had the perfect conditions, and sometimes there's not working.
Yeah.
So you should always share it. It's just, you got to be confident enough. Like, it's funny hearing you say that you were scared at West Point because I just thought you were a cocky dude. Like, I always wanted to emulate your confidence, right? And I don't say cocky in a negative way.
Yeah. Well, let me talk to you about that. I know I said I wasn't going to speak about it, but I want to talk about lie, cheating, and stealing.
Yeah.
Because my interpretation of this is different than what the spirit of the honor code is, right? So the honor code at West Point is a cadet will not lie, cheat, steal, or tolerate those that do. In the real world, if you want to get ahead in business, you need to be lying, cheating, and stealing. And here, let me explain it before everybody gets all crazy about it, right? When I say lie, I mean lie to yourself. You're not supposed to be there. Lie to yourself that you do belong there. Lie to yourself that you are capable. Lie to yourself that there is nothing, there's no obstacle that they're going to put in front of you that you cannot overcome. When you start lying to yourself, you build confidence, you build self-efficacy. And when you have self-efficacy, you become the most dangerous person in business. Cheating. At West Point, you cannot cheat off your neighbor. And that's 100% I agree with that. In the real world, though, it is not a closed book test. Yeah. The real world is open book. And what you're trying to accomplish has probably already been done before, right? So copy that, cheat, take that model, right? Stealing. Not taking something that doesn't belong to you, but taking things from people that you admire. I'll give you a quick example of stealing. I have a buddy named Shane Mercer. He actually lives in El Paso. You know him?
The name sounds cool.
Class of 2005. The guy can narrate and speak publicly beautifully. And I remember being with him deployed, him giving like a farewell speech. And I looked back and said, God damn, that was motivating. That was moving. And so I stole his model.
Yeah.
And now when I speak, I think of Shane and how Shane would say the speech, and I implement that same thing over and over and over again. So if you ask people, they'll be like, oh, Rudy speaks very well in public.
Yeah.
I lied, cheated, and stole so much that I developed into a superhuman.
Yeah.
Where I have all of these now skills that I took from people, and I learned so much from the way things were done. And I believed in myself so much and lied to myself so much that I actually became that person.
Yeah.
right? Utilizing all those skills. So the book will be coming out at some point where I will go into more detail and provide context to all this. But in order to be successful in the real world, you need to be doing those things.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you're being left behind.
Well, I think that, well, one, it's a cool play on words. And then the definition of what you're saying those 3 words are.
Yeah.
That's why it's not going to cause it. But I think you're on to something that's highly talked about daily, but people don't understand it. One, read. Understand the history of this, right?
Yes.
The reason why I get so drawn into autobiographies is I don't care about your political affiliation. I'll read an Obama book, a Michelle Obama book.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at Grant from back in the days. Everything that they went through, if you're a performer going through adversity, you can instantly relate to. Bro, I read Elon Musk's book people think he's crazy because he was sleeping on the floor in the office and stuff. I had literally just got done. I slept on the floor in my bedroom because I had to finish something for my MBA. I knew if I laid on my bed, I wouldn't wake up. Like I knew my weaknesses, right? But so to your point, you can do all 3 of those tenets just by reading history so that you don't repeat the bad things, but you replicate the stuff that made them successful.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, they left a legacy that's now going to be multiplied across the board because guys like you and I can start our companies, support companies we work for, whatever. Mm-hmm. They think we're geniuses. Nah, man, I just read the night before. Like, that's part of problem solving.
Dude, I won a contract one time. It was for Pflugerville ISD, just up the road. Like, if there's one school district where you could say Rudy touched it and that's Rudy's model, it was Pflugerville ISD. And the way I won that, because it was an open RFQ, I didn't have any relationships there. I had read the book by Ray Dalio, Principles.
Yeah.
This is before AI. This was like in 2015, 2016. So maybe 10 years ago. I read that book, Ray Dalio's Principles. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to implement some of these principles. Yeah. These lessons learned that he so vividly described. The book is like that thick. It's not a one night read.
Yeah.
I used that book to answer some of the questions in the proposal. Yeah. It made me look as if I was like some long-term best hedge fund manager of all time. And it looked like I was a genius. Yeah. I must have been like 30 years old.
Bro, you know what's dope about that though? When you ask how I use AI and what I do for work.
Yeah.
That's how I multiply myself now, right? So within reason of whatever I'm going after, I can't put proprietary information on AI. There's other ways to do it, right? But I've trained it to learn the way I think of my problem solving. That'll be open source at some point, right? Like whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, I really want to go talk to the kids at the halfway house. This is the issues they're going through, blah, blah, blah. I've already kind of shown them the way my speeches are, but I really want to replicate because you got to figure out how to hit people, right? Mm-hmm. So even before I go into speeches, like I would like a mix of Eric Thomas / Ray Dalio, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it'll show me through and I'm like, I'll like 20% of it, but you just saved me time because now I have something to go with.
Yeah.
I'll look through when I go talk in front of people for business, whatever. I've literally got like 5 key tenets that I know I want to hit on that I researched. But instead of going through full books again, I can go through my notes. Yeah. That's how I maximize it, bro. So to your point, it's like in the military, they taught us this though, right? Like don't reinvent the wheel, bro.
Yeah.
Like if somebody already made a slide deck and all you need to do is change the logos because it's the same live fire exercise you're going to on the same range. Mm-hmm. Hey, bro, hit me up with your slides. I'm going to change my date, my time, the 5 W's, and then everything's good because your time should be spent in front of your troopers, not behind a computer. So you don't reinvent the wheel. And if people is like, you're cheating, my old squadron commander used to say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. We're scouts.
Yeah,
right. Stay ahead of the game. So time is money.
Right. I learned that if you're not cheating, you're not trying from Al Bundy. Remember him?
That's probably why my squadron commander said it, dude. He was just crazy.
Yeah. What was All in the Family or Married with Children?
Married with Children.
Yeah. So many life lessons you can
learn.
Yeah,
that's true. But what I love about it, it's like when people read the Bible and, me, bro, I'm super Christian, so I'm not negating anything. It's just your interpretation of things sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Especially when we're not, doctorate level in that piece. Mm-hmm. Something that clicks from you from Married with Children is literally probably $1 million idea right now for somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're stuck in this box and they're like, no, this is what the contract says. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of how you're interpreting it right now. Let's get the lawyers involved and see what we could really do. Next thing you know, they're like,
right.
oh shit, you're right. We can do this. Yeah. But everyone else stops because they're waiting for it to be perfect. Problem solving, you got to be like, I'm
Yeah,
at 50%, but if I move right now, I'm ahead of the competition. What risk
true.
am I assuming? And then what's the benefit by assuming the risk? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Shoot. I love it, man. Well, we probably only got about 10 more minutes in here. I am excited about you helping me figure out this AI piece, right? 'Cause I explained to you earlier that I think we have 3 pillars of our business that I'll kind of go over here in a minute. And if we can figure out a way for AI to help me in those 3 areas, I think the firm's going to be amazing. So, I guess pillar number 1 for us is client acquisition, right? Like, how do we go find a client? How do we know that they have a problem that we need to solve? And then how do we build the relationship with that particular client, that trust? How do we build it so that they will hire us, right? The pillar number 2, and I don't think these are in particular order. I just think that they're part of running a firm and having a book of business.
Yeah.
Right. So pillar 2 is becoming an expert in our craft so that your clients do trust your work, right? Like having the relationship is one thing, but are you capable? And there's so much change happening in the finance industry in general. It's tough for me to keep up with it, let alone our young analysts upstairs that are just learning this business and being thrown all these changes, regulatory changes or market conditions that are changing. Like, how do they react to that? And how do they continue to become experts in that particular craft, right? And then lastly is client retention, which I think is harder than client acquisition. Because on client retention, if you've already mastered 1 and 2, now you have to face outside competition, politics change on a daily basis. And so you're battling so many different factors that can influence whether or not you maintain that contract, that some of them are outside of your control.
Yeah.
But how do you create that moat around your business so that your clients don't leave, right? So there's really those are the 3 aspects of my firm that I have identified. And then it's okay, the problem has been identified. How can AI help me? And you don't have to answer now, but like, that's the problem set that we're trying to solve.
No, that's dope. And I think a couple of things, and what most people don't realize, and I've learned a lot in the last 3 weeks alone from a new leader that came in with us. And he practiced something on the EOS system. But what I like about it, because I've been reading up, I didn't really pay attention before, is identifying your core values in an organization first, right? So with those 3 pillars, I look at Kong out there, right? And you're like, this is who we are, right?
Yeah.
Great. So what are your core
Beware
values?
of gorilla.
What are your core values that drive that?
Yeah.
So that when you start implementing training and AI across those 3 pillars, you make sure you're staying true to who you are. Because here's what's going to happen. Right now, you've won some of the biggest deals I've ever seen in the state.
Yeah.
You're the end all be all. And everyone that's anything AI is going to come to you and say that their products and services are going to keep making you millions. But it's a sales job, right?
Yeah.
And you got to think of your 3 key tenets is the same thing that you think on your pillars is what you expect of your vendors, your contractors. But most importantly is when you say yes or no, you know that it kind of goes towards those core values, right? So baby steps. No one's going to beat you all right now, but you're thinking 3 quarters ahead because somebody's already pissed you won that last big deal. They're trying to talk to your people, and we're probably getting complaints and lawsuits. That's just business, right? Like everyone's trying to get your stuff one way or another.
Dude, I need to tell you about the tactics. Some of these guys open record requests and just,
so it's cool, right?
It's ugly out there.
So then if you understand your core values, right? Like we talk about speak straight and all this other stuff at our organization, like you guys identify it, you buy in. That's how you make decisions to replicate yourself. So that when you're sitting in a podcast and I'm watching these dudes going back and forth of like, hey, I need the answer to this. If they make a decision within those core values, what your mission and vision statement is, before hammering them, you're going to be like, did these hit the tenets of our core values? And you're going to be, and then if they can answer you that way, great. We interpreted it wrong. Good intent, horrible execution, right?
Yeah.
And then the next step is as we organize yourselves and you go through, bro, like you're going to use AI way differently than even some of the vendors come bring you to, right? Start base level, pay very little money. There's so much free stuff out there. And then once you realize, hey, this is proprietary information, you know, one one of your sales reps or whatever we want to call them is good at this, then we can make a system that's relevant to your team based off discipline, standards, and core values, bro. So like there's so many ways we're going to approach it, but it's not holistic. And what I'm saying, there's 20,000 smart people out there that are going to negate me. The only thing that I say is like, yeah, but while you're giving all this theory and talking about why I'm wrong, I just proved you wrong by executing.
Right.
Your guys are going to increase the bottom line because once you get them on the same page for that mission and what their duties and roles are, bro, ain't no other company going to beat you because the big ones don't give a shit. Like they're making too much and they're not going to give a crap until it gets away. If they got great systems, good.
Yeah, you're right.
But for you, it's like even a base level of AI for y'all is going to make you more efficient up to a level as long as we can measure it. You know?
I'm super excited about it, man. So how, like, I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but how can they find you, right? And you're not just assisting finance companies. You can assist a broad spectrum of companies. So how do they find you, and who's your target customer?
Man, that's a great question. So if you talk to me about everything I do at ELB and everything, we call it public sector, and it's anyone that's out there supporting schools, higher education, all that piece. But honestly, I've had a look in the mirror even during the workout this morning, and I'm a dude that just wants to solve problems. The one thing that I do is I'm not the one that can operate all and answer your problems, but I want to find the right team that can put that together, right? Mm-hmm. So to find me, jump on LinkedIn. And at the end of the day, people's like, what does Ray do? He does everything. When you support people through training, podcasts and the rest of it is like everything is what's needed. Because what you learned in the finance world might have just helped somebody out wherever. Mm-hmm. And you would have never, ever talked. I love roundtables. I love white papers. I love all of that piece. I think LinkedIn's the best way. We got a website out there that focuses on the training and everything. But just for me, reach out, because what I've done and been blessed, thanks to God, every day is I meet people like you all the time that tell me all their problems. And then I look like a genius because then 30 minutes later, they're like, why didn't I think about that? I was like, no, I literally just met with somebody in Orlando, dude. And they were just bitching about the same thing for the Air Force. But I think it's going to work for your realty company and it does.
Yeah. Well, I think some people have a hard time even asking for help.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because Nickel Hayden is my baby. And I think my baby is perfect. There's no flaws in my little baby. And I don't ever talk bad about it. But if you actually are fully aware of what's going on in your firm and you can put your ego to the side and think about how you can make your baby better, you go to a doctor.
Absolutely.
Right? Like you ask for help and you say, take a look at this baby and tell me what you see.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, everyone needs to do that. But before you do it, sit back, drink your bourbon, whatever you do, your protein shakes. What do I really want to be the next level? What do I want in life? What do I want as a person? Figure out your personal values, bro. Like when I used to say God, family, everything else because of my Acts retreat, I don't know if I believed it until there's been some years I can be banking. But then I look back and I'm like, what happened with my kids?
Ooh, yeah.
And do they even know? Do they care? And then there was a time where I was making like $60K a year, trying to make ends meet with the food truck and everything, physically impossible, probably with like $100K worth of bills. But my kids were with me on the food truck. They were literally slicing onions with me to help out. And I can think of their smiles and everything. And that was more valuable to me. So it's finding that happy medium of who you are as a person. Because when you bring in consultants, when you bring in partners, you bring me in, bro, you got to understand what you want, because everyone's going to pitch something that costs a lot of money. But if it doesn't match what you want and you're just going after it because it's going to drive up the bottom line, it ain't going to work out all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's going to get away from you, right? And that's where, all of us learn this the hard way, bro. But I know when you'll stop. And it comes down to when your wife and kids say, Dad, I want to go do this. You better figure out how to go do that. Because we got a small window with them, bro. And
I think a lot of people lose sight of that.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm a victim. I've done it too. I'm no saint. I've become victim to that too, where it's grind. I'm worried about bottom line. And this was at my previous firm.
Yeah.
Here at Nickel Hayden, when I started Nickel Hayden, I actually started with no stress.
Yeah.
It was like when I left my prior firm, the day afterwards, I remember I left on a Friday. They sued me on Monday or Tuesday or something. They came after me, whatever. But when I went for a walk on Saturday, I was like, wow, I felt so good. And those 3 months, maybe 4 months of me being unemployed, trying to get Nickel Hayden started, I spent so much time at home. My kids were around. They love dad because now it's summertime and I'm home. I could do things with them. I kind of missed that little window where I was present quite a bit.
Absolutely.
But I haven't forgotten that feeling. And so being present, maybe it's, look, I'm not going to be able to take my kid to school every day.
Oh,
I mean, there is a trade-off. Don't tell me work-life balance. That work-life balance is like the worst. Like if I'm interviewing you and you say, I want work-life balance, I'm like, well, go work at fucking P. Terry's or McDonald's or something. Like there's going to be times when I can step away. And these guys, I tell them all the time, priorities are health, family, work, and then everything else. You decide where you want to put religion in that. I'm not going to force that on you. But if you don't have your health, how am I going to rely that you're going to come to the office? How am I going to rely that you're going to be able to spend 5 hours at a board meeting, have 5 hours of sleep, wake up ready to rock the next day, right? And if you're missing that valuable time with your family, right? If you're not present with them, you're doing them a disservice, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're actually doing your firm a disservice. Because if shit's bad at home, that's going to trickle into the office. And then work, man, we do it. We grind, baby. We embrace the suck, right? So you get all that done, but like a lot of people will fall victim to losing sight of the little things like that, like having your kids cut the onions with you at the food truck.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
beautiful.
Like, and honestly, it's like yesterday, there's a lot of stuff going on at our company, all for the good. But when there's change in everything, you question who you are, what you're doing, that stuff. And I still had tasks to do. And I was busy as all heck. And I was with the kids, we're doing some stuff. And then there was like a quick 9 holes with the guys. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get back.
Yeah.
I showered and I just laid with my wife for like 30 minutes. I was like, you're going to bed? It was like 10 o'clock. She's like, yeah. I was like, cool. I was like, you good? She's like, I'm so peaceful right now. I was like, dope. I'm going to go back to work because there is no such thing as work-life balance.
Right.
But I just want to lay with you for 30 minutes. And those 30 minutes just revive me to where I'm writing proposals all night long, right?
Yeah.
So you're right. It's just understand yourself, know your limits, and then be able to tell people like, hey, I'm taking the day off because I need a mental health day, but here's who's covering down for me. I push the most important meetings to this date, and I'm still going to jump on the 2 o'clock because I don't have a backup for a boss. I got it. That's all you got to do.
I love it, dude. Yeah, you came with a problem, but you also have solutions.
Yeah. Like, hey, don't bother me till 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I promise you I'll make you all the money and I'll still meet our mission and vision. But other people, like you said, they don't understand when you're going to break. And I've broken plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, bro, don't screw with me for the next 3 hours. After the 3 hours over, I'm going to be good. And I tell that to my dudes. I was like, bro, you're not in the game. Get out of here. No, we got too much. I was like, you're still not going to do anything for me. I was like, because you're thinking about whatever you're thinking about.
Yeah. Well, man, I want to continue talking with you for like another couple hours, but I know we got a lot of things to do. Let's go grab something to eat.
Yeah.
Ray Resendez, I appreciate you being on the Bon Poppy show. I forgot to say, you can call me Poppy if you want.
Okay, I'm not calling you Poppy.
No, man, thank you so much. You're a brother to me. I love you. And thanks again.
Thanks for the workout, bro. You got me into something. So no, glad to be here.
It's addicting, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's do it.